Good morning, my brothers and sisters. How to start to pray. Turn to Matthew chapter 6. Now, get ready for the best teaching on prayer in the Bible. So let's just get up to speed on where we've been here in Matthew chapter 6. A couple of big points. Don't pray to be seen by anyone who isn't God. This is not an exercise in showmanship or eloquence. Secondly, don't look for a reward anywhere on this particular planet. Thirdly, know that you're seen and heard by God as we start this little exercise. And then know also that more words don't equal more hearing by God. So much speaking in prayer is not necessarily much prayer itself. So mindlessness in prayer is not encouraged, and repetitive roteness is also not encouraged. He wants the real you. Not heaps of empty phrases. So know that the Father knows what you need even before we start. And he sees in secret, he hears in secret, and he knows us. He knows our needs, and he knows our needfulness. So in a sense, we can't do this wrong. Now, as we ramp up to the Lord's Prayer, which is what we're doing here, he says, when you pray, he says, pray like this. So this is a model rather than a mantra, but the model bears some exploration of why it is particularly helpful. So here we go. The Lord's Prayer, also sometimes called the Our Father because of the first words in it. Matthew chapter 6, verse 9. Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we also have forgiven our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. So there it is, the Our Father. Now let's look at this here, Our Father. So we either leave the prayer closet, our solitary prayer closet, to join the other believers together and collectively say this prayer, or we stand alone before God and then, in a sense, ask that other people be joined to us. We know that he sees us personally, he knows me personally, he knows what I need, and he judges me uniquely and fairly. So though we ultimately stand alone before God, in a sense, we don't do it in isolation. So we're not the only ones responding to God in prayer. We come as an earthly family, an earthly tribe, and hopefully a community of believers. All of us have needs, and all of these needs and all of us need to stand before God. So then, we singularly invoke the authority and the asks, not only for ourselves, but for other humans as well. The prayer says, Our Father, our daily bread, our debts, deliver us from evil. Now it starts, Our Father. Let's talk about the Father for a second. The Father denotes warmth and intimacy, and we're invited here into this close relationship with God and to address him familiarly and closely. So we call to the one that we are like in some ways. It's not heresy to say that we are his children. He created us in his image, and we bear the marks of his creation, and often we bear the marks of his character. For example, we can be creative just like he was. We can be faithful like he was, or kind, or just. But before we get too chummy in our cozy family relationship with God, remember the second part of this line, Our Father in heaven. So that part says, though it's intimate, we still need to maintain reverence and holiness and think about his perfection and his authority. And in a sense, he's not like us in many senses. He's holy and just and set apart. And the only reason that we can approach this holy God is that we have an invitation to address him, and he invites us, pray like this when you pray. So keep in mind, however, in the back of our minds at least, he is sovereign, he's supreme, and he's ascendant. And in fact, he's so ascendant that, let's say at the moment of your death, we couldn't even find the address of heaven, much less be allowed to enter that zip code without the saving work of God. So he is set apart, he is holy, and he is due the highest honor that we can give. And remember that this worship of the Lord is due. And remember also that it specifically was the thing that Satan cannot bear to be without. Okay, let's make some conclusions here for today. For us, the question is, are we going to adore the Lord in worship that he is due, or divert to false gods, or worse, self-worship? So will we yield first to the concept of prayer when you pray? So question number one for you is, do you pray? And then secondly, do you see the Lord would indeed have you pray? He desires it. Do you desire it? So there's something in it for this right relationship with the Lord, aligning and satisfying his purposes, his name, his will, and his kingdom. And third question is, would you be willing, for starters, to seek after his reputation, to seek after his purposes, and to seek after his rule? Because that's how the Lord's Prayer starts. So if so, then start like this: Our Father, like a child, like family, but with the respect of a father, with the Father who is in heaven. So here Jesus says, this is a great way to start: Our Father. So as we close this little video here, here's your assignment. Go into your room, or the room inside your head, close the door of the room inside your head, and address God as he has taught: Our Father. This then is a great way to pray. This then is a great way to start to pray. Stay with me. Come back tomorrow. We'll do more.